Hello, I'm Mick.Lowenstein, and while I look like a midlife crisis Jesus, I'm just a guy from the Tasmania. What the fuck? What I love about the Tasmania are the beautiful beaches, the clean air, and the friendly people. What? Oh, hey. What I don't love so much is why so many of the Tasmanian places are named by or after dusty old white men who came here on boats. Some people might call them but I wouldn't. After Abel Tasman took possession of Van Diemen's Land in 1642, it's mine. Whose is it? The Dutch East India Company's. Whose really? There was no one here. I didn't see anyone. Did you even look? Of course not. The next European to show up here was a Frenchman called Marion du Fresnay. Marion Dufresne. This bay, Marion Bay, is named after him because he came ashore here in 1772. And here I was thinking it was called Marion Bay because of all the weddings. This was a popular spot in the 1770s, and it was named by Tobias Fernie Axe. Furneaux. Tobias Furneaux, who sounds French. Et bonjour. But was English. Oi, fuck off! Furneaux named this bay after his ship, the Adventure, in 1773.
Adventure Bay, where you can enjoy countless adventures. Adventures on the land. Adventures on the ocean. Adventures in the air. Everywhere you look, there's an adventurous adventure to be had at Adventure Bay.
So Furneaux also had the Furneaux group of islands named after him by Captain James Cook. Oh, bloody James Cook! He's all we ever hear about. I mean, how many statues does one man need? His name might have been Cook, but I bet he bloody couldn't. Nah, because he didn't want people to forget who he was, Cook also came to Adventure Bay, and his biggest adventure at Adventure Bay was carving his name into a tree in 1777. Hey up, this is my good lad. The tree used to be here, but somebody pulled it down. Should have changed the date. The next visitor to come for some adventure time at Adventure Bay was William Bligh aboard the HMAS Bounty in 1788. What a cracking adventure! I feel like nothing will go wrong on this voyage. What do you think, Fletcher Christian? Yeah. While they weren't great at foreign languages, these men were experts at naming the places they sailed to after themselves. And one of the finest was a Frenchman by the name of Bruno d'Entrecasteaux. Bruni d'Entrecasteaux. Bruni d'Entrecasteaux. Nearly all the French-sounding places in the Tasmania were named by him after himself or someone who was with him. Bonjour, je m'appelle Bruni d'Entrecasteaux. Je suis un capitaine de ship. So Bruni sailed to the Tasmania in 1792. But why was he even here in the first place? Pourquoi? He was on a mission to find La Perouse. La Perouse. La Perouse. La Perouse? La Perouse was a French explorer who was hired by King Louis XVI to sail around the world and find everything.
I, Louis XVI, command you to go and find all the places. I want you to find things so that my needlessly large painting can actually get some things painted on it. The thing I want painted most is whatever you find exactly here on the map. Yes, there's bound to be something there. Are you looking, Peruse?
I am perusing, sire.
Ha! Peruse is perusing! How very amusing!
Peruse is perusing, isn't that amusing? Do you have any other maps?
I have a whole book of them here, but I'm keeping them ready in case I need to swat a fly that lands on the king.
So, no more maps?
No.
Then what's this behind the chair?
That's a giant spliff we were going to share. We're just waiting for you to leave.
So La Perouse went to find all the things, and he did find a lot of things. And the last thing he found was Botany Bay on the same day the first fleet arrived in 1788. What are the chances? Bonjour! We are here on this very real ship, looking at all of the things and doing some drawings. What are you doing here, Captain Arthur Phillip? Nothing? Okay then, au revoir. And that's the last anyone ever heard of him, which brings us to why Bruni d'Entrecasteaux was here in 1792. He was sent to find La Perouse, which he did not to name everything after himself, which he did. This bit of water we are on here, I will call d'Entrecasteaux Channel, after me, Bruni d'Entrecasteaux, because I am the most important person on this boat. And this island over here, I will call Bruni Island, after me, Bruni d'Entrecasteaux, because I am the most important person here. You, what is your name? Huon?
Huon. I would call this river Huon River after you, because you are with me. That makes you the second most important person here. In fact, this whole valley I will name after you, Huon. Do you like apples?
Yes. The right answer! This island over here, I will call Bruni Island after me, Bruni d'Entrecasteaux. You've already named an island Bruni Island. All right, I will name it after you. What is your name? Huon. Huon. I will call this island Huon Island after you, Huon, because you are with me. Bruni d'Entrecasteaux. That makes you very important. I am on a roll now. This bit over here, I would call Snug, because I am feeling quite comfortable. I am bored with these names now. We must go and peruse for peruse. One of the other places that Bruni named was here at Research Bay, which he called Research Bay after his ship called the Research. And I found this out by doing some research. Ha! He also named this Riviere du Nord. Well, actually, it's Rivière du Nord. Rivière du Nord! A few months later, an English bloke called John Hayes sailed up here and called this the River Derwent, after a river in England called the River Derwent. Both of them, of course, were oblivious that the river already had a name. Timtunally Menanya. Yeah, that's heaps cooler. Bruni d'Entrecasteaux spent a few weeks here at Research Bay, and while he was here, he planted a garden. You, over there, go and plant a garden. Yes, I planted a garden, and I will call this garden Bruni Island. Bruni Island already had a name. It was called Lunawanna Alana. Old mate Bruni also had the first recorded contact of the people who lived here, the Lilaquani, who already had names for everything, including Bruni d'Entrecasteaux. What is this word, this dickhead? According to the French, the meeting was friendly. A little too friendly, if you ask me. I wanted to know where all our women were. Where are all our women? As far as any of the Europeans knew, Van Diemen's Land, as it was still known, was just the southernmost bit of New Holland. It was found to be an island by two English blokes who sailed around it in 1798. And the first of these blokes was George Bass. George Bass. Yeah, but it's spelt Bass. Yes, but it's pronounced Bass. Or maybe it should be pronounced George. So this body of water behind me that separates the Tasmania from the mainland became Bass Strait, even though it should have been called Strait. The second guy who was on this voyage was Matthew Flinders, who named one of the big islands out there Flinders Island. Blinders, keepers. Am I right? The last of the Frenchmen to name some things visited in 1802, and his name was Nicholas Baudin. Boudin. Oh, his mates just called him Nico. He sailed up the east coast and named Freycinet, Cape Baudin, Boudin, Cape Furry for Cape Forestier, and Thowin Bay. Thwin Bay was fun to say, but hard to spell, so somebody ended up calling it Wineglass Bay. Nobody knows why. Oh, there weren't any other French names after Bhutan because the British. For a brand new British colony, having the French poking about, planting gardens and naming everything Bruny Island was a problem they needed to solve. I'm mick.lowenstein, and while I look like a midlife a Bruny Island. Why am I Italian? Why am I standing akimbo? I am bored of visiting names now. Why am I German? One of the other places that Bruny named was the hairdo. Fucking hairdo. I know. My hair is falling off.
Right.
Okay.
What's the first one?
La Perouse was a... Je m'appelle Bruny Doncaster. Fuck. Bonjour. Je me bouge. Jesus Christ. The next European to show up here was this the HM Gladgoffan. The no. Which brings us to why Bruny Dandadindidi. You can probably throw from closer. Oh shit.